And we're live.
And we're live.
And just preview the post to make sure it's showing up. Alright.
Every time Kate
We're
comes
live.
We're live now.
Got about that 20-second lag still yet.
Yeah, it's always there.
Yep.
I think that it wouldn't be nearly as bad. But there's nothing I can do about it.
Right. I can do a 30-second delay or a 60-second delay on the options, but that's about all I can.
Really?
Or
so
no delay at all.
60-second delays?
Yeah.
How is 60-second delay acceptable for a live stream?
No idea.
Keyword live?
Well, it's not like... That's pretty close, right? It's not like
60 seconds.
they're trying to converse with you, right?
Well, that's what I'm expecting from a live stream, is that there's some sort of feedback from the viewers. We tried to get that.
We got it last time.
Yeah. Well, the delay didn't help, but yeah, we got that. It's kind of weird, because like we'd say something and then they kind of respond later on.
Right.
Alright, so post has been published, so people can tune in.
Yep. And tweet.
Thank goodness it knocked my Sora No Method final episode review off the front page. Yay!
Now let's never talk about that show again.
What's wrong with that?
I think it was very let down.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great show. No, it wasn't.
Until like the last 4 episodes.
And it became the hunt for the missing lolly. Where is she? It was taken. That's what
No, that was episode. That was episode 12 and 13.
Yeah, Liam Nielsen made it even better.
What?
Her very unique set of skills.
Exactly. Where? I'll find you. Well.
All right.
They could have released that last episode on Christmas Day. Found Noel. Yay. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Her name's Jesus. Formation redubs it. They're back. We can't use Noel. We'll use a different name.
Imagine if 4 kids were still around and they try to do
wish
that
they
show.
were.
What would they call her?
Her name's Christmas.
No, they'd call her Christy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they all would have American names. That's for sure.
Help me! I can't find Christy. Can you help me find Christy?
Oh, that's good.
Yep, they would.
That little scamp, she's gone again.
Someone put a bell on her. She keeps running away.
Are there any viewers right now in the first couple minutes?
Let's see. One person watching now, which is probably me.
Okay.
What happens if I click the link? Hang on, tell me if it changes to 2 right now.
No, they all have American names.
Oh shoot.
Help me!
Yeah.
Okay, did you hear an echo there?
Yeah, you just mute that one.
I can't find
Sorry about
Christy.
that. Wasn't expecting.
That little she's gone again.
Elders react to Kim Kardashian. Oh, that's gonna be good. Sorry, I was in the related videos section for some reason.
Right, yeah, right.
Alright, just a couple minutes, and then we'll get started. I guess we're not going to do year-end awards again.
Yeah.
No, I think
Well, it doesn't seem like anyone's planned for them.
I kind of wonder if I should just squeeze that into this episode, just like a general, what was our favorite anime of 2014?
yeah, we can maybe do it at the end. I can see that.
I'll do that.
Oh, you mean the writers, not the readers?
Or do you want to do another podcast?
Yep. Yeah, we can do that. We can do
Or
one next
just
time.
the awards? Maybe that way people can people who can't make the podcast can also write in their like top 3 or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, and then we can actually plan it and be on time, and people will know, and hopefully some more people join. Yeah, I could try. All right, just about a minute to showtime. Showtime.
It's showtime.
Showtime Lakers.
It's been showtime. Someone's phone went off.
I just changed it to vibrate.
Oh, I should do that too. Didn't realize. Got my phone not on a silent mode. Now it's silent.
Yep.
All right. Time to go. All right. 3, 2, and hello, everybody. Indeed, welcome to the Metaverse podcast. Happy New Year. Happy 2015 to you. Welcome to MetaVerse's 2014 Metacademy Awards, and this year we are doing it live on Google Plus Hangouts. I'm Jero, joined by Foshizzle.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Min.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Smiley.
Hello, Happy New Year, everyone.
And Skyline.
Yay! Peace.
So this is our second annual such awards of the Metacademies, where we're not going to be doing best music, best animation, best character, best overall anime of the year. We're not going to be doing any of that official anime award stuff. We did just very briefly, actually, it might have been in the live show where we're planning to do that later on. So we'll get that planned and do look forward to that in the near future. But the Metacademy, just like last year, we are doing more fun awards, more kind of celebrating the fun, the bad, and the strange of 2014, or sort of stick with a theme as a couple of our guest nomineers have done. So why don't we get started? Just like last year, we're going to go one by one, giving out awards, and I will get started with the most overpowered character, and that is Sugar from One Piece. Now, I'll explain what her power is. One Piece, it's all devil fruit. She has the hobby fruit, and in it, she can turn people to toys. What she can also do is she can erase that toy's memory of other people. She can erase everybody else's memory of them, and she can force an absolute order for as long as she's still conscious and still active, which to me, that's way too much attached to just one devil fruit power. I think it's... Go ahead.
He turns into a writer, basically.
Yeah, like Eiichiro Oda. He could have done it where he could have organized like a group of people that would have done that much to sort of, because in the arc of Dressrosa, there was a coup that Doflamingo made himself a hero by sort of making out the original king and his men to be enemies. So there could have been something done better with that, but Sugar is
also going to say voiced by Rei Kugamiya, which is very weird to see her in One Piece. But she's done it before, and it's kind of interesting. I didn't pick up on it when I first heard her. I was like, wait a minute, I know I heard that somewhere. And of course, Sugar being a lolly character, but technically not really. She's older than she looks, but yeah.
She looks 12, but she's 22. I think when she ate the devil fruit, she stopped aging.
Right, yeah.
Rei Kugamiya playing a lowly-S style character. Wow.
With overpowered magical abilities.
She's really going against type there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, yep, pretty much.
Okay. Min, your first award.
All right, so my first award is actually a repeat of an award I gave out last year, which was the Worst Role Model for Young Athletes Award. That was a three-way tie. I forget exactly which one's Estella Women's Academy, the main character, Free, and Arata from Chayafuru. Now this year, a character came. In a lot of areas, people name awards after winners or people who exemplify that award so well. Like, for example, the Cy Young Award goes to the best pitcher in baseball because Cy Young was a great pitcher. Now, I've decided to rename this award to the Sonokawa Momoka Award, and the inaugural winner of this award is Sonokawa Momoka from Sabagebu this year, and that is because she exemplifies what every young athlete should not strive to be when they perform on the field. She is just a complete sociopath who betrays her teammates, her enemies, in every opportunity given. She cheats profusely with no sense of, apology or no shame. And yeah, that's who she is. And basically, she exemplifies that award.
Yeah, her method of beating a guy at a shooting video game was to beat him with the gun and then just keep playing.
She's my kind of character. I like that.
And more than once, she has, agreed to a ceasefire with an enemy, and then immediately turned right around and shot them in the head.
Or punched them in the face.
Yeah, that's kind of her MO. So congratulations to Sonokawa Momoka.
Yeah, no one's gonna pick you on their team. Sorry.
She doesn't need any teammates though, so that's okay.
Yeah. So one man army, one woman army.
All right, Skyline, you're up.
Let me clear my throat there. Yes, this is the character most likely in need of a return bus ticket, and that would be Adelaide from Space Dandy.
Which character was that?
Adelaide.
The Hanakana character, right?
She's in episode 5.
Thank you very much. And they had some promise there at the very end that eventually she would, probably team up with Dandy again, and she never did.
Nope.
Not that we can see, at least.
That's true. Multiverse, all those crazy things happening with Dandy. It's out there somewhere. They just didn't animate it and give it to us.
Right.
Yeah, well, if she came back, they'd have to pay Hanakana for another episode. So.
We can do a whip round.
I like that. They showed something from Shirobako about a graph of how much money you make in certain positions, and they show cute animators and stuff. And of course, the voice actors get the big money.
Right. Yeah.
Yep, they're the celebrities of the world.
Mm-hmm. All right, Smiley, you're up with your first award.
Okay, well, my first award is something that's happened quite recently. It's the Best Pregnancy Test Meme Award. Everyone's familiar with that meme where they Photoshop in that test and so on and so forth. And that award goes to Kaoru of Husband Dono, also known as, I'm going to have to say it now, Danaga Nio Wete blah blah, but I didn't do it right. Danaga Nanio
English.
Well, the English translation is pretty good.
But
I don't
anyway,
understand what our summary is saying.
exactly. But actually, yeah, and I forget who it was who came up with the localization of Husbandono, but I think that's hilarious, and it works perfectly. But that award goes to Kaoru because she's actually pregnant, and I'm actually curious to see how they're going to raise that child because that couple is interesting. Let's put it that way. They're going to make interesting parents.
Well,
You never are ready. I'll just tell you that. You just aren't ready when you start off like that.
Fair enough, but I think that they are especially unready. But not just carrying.
I like
all I know is their kid's gonna be Shinji Arai because they like Eva.
Yeah, in an earlier episode, didn't she talked to a doctor friend of hers, didn't she, and said, if I get pregnant, how long am I going to have to quit smoking? The whole time. And Kaoru just looks at her like, oh.
And then when it was just rumors of her being pregnant, and then that congratulations scene again, calling back to Evangelion, was
Right.
just perfect. It actually fit in. So yeah, that was great, and the award goes to her.
All right, Fosh, you're up with your first award.
Yeah, this word is kind of out there, but the I Found God award, which is Tatsuya from Hoka, that character's just overpowered. Everyone seemed to like him, and there's nothing he could do. He can raise people back from the dead and everything, and reverse time and anything he wanted to do. He can fly. Everyone loves him, so it's like, yeah, he's basically God in that series. He can do anything, and I think he's like the father of Kirito, honestly.
He's got a weakness. His powers take a toll on him.
Right, he takes everything on himself, and that's more Bible stuff for him. So, but yeah, he's just, I don't know, he was a unique character, I would say. I didn't really care much for him, but yeah.
Anime is going to start forming its own set of mythology with all of these deities, like Tatsuya joining Kirito and Jesus Yamato, of course Haruhi.
The Holy
Madoka.
Madoka, yeah.
There's already a canon that's been developed.
Oh gosh.
Haruhi. Tatsuya is only the latest prophet.
Yeah.
Oh, which is the prophet. So you're sticking to your guns.
Yep.
All right, let's see here. Let's go with Kara has one award. I'll go ahead and read that right now. Best arm injury sustained by a Kaji Yuki character. He's always losing his arm. Hideyoshi from Nobunaga the Fool. There was Rentaro from Black Bullet, I believe, in an early episode. Although was that an actual losing of the arm or just a detaching?
It was a robotic arm.
Well, he did lose his arm. He had to fire it off of it. He
lost it before the story started. So
okay.
Yeah,
she notes here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. She notes here at the end that Rentaro's from Black Bullets and Ko's from Strike the Blood don't exactly count as arm injuries.
Right. Because in Black Bullet, he rips his arm off, puts it in like a big gun, and fires his arm off with a bullet. So he actually does lose his arm, technically, sort of. But yeah, it's very, it fits him really well.
Okay, and then let's see. I want to have Min read the first of Overcooled's awards, which he's themed the Nice Body Awards.
Okay. So her first award is titled Most Time Spent Naked Award, and she gives this to the entire cast of Kill Up Kill. And I guess that's for obvious reasons. There was, in the second half of that series, there was a period when virtually every main character was naked the whole time, with just some, I don't know, straps for holding their guns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even final episode, and all one big pile of naked people. I was like, this is that big pile. It's like, that's pretty funny.
And then the cosplays that followed.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Kill. Thank you. I would say.
And she also gave a runner-up to this award. Was given to Luis from Garo, which I haven't seen. So.
Yeah, I think he's the. I've watched the first 3 episodes. It's basically the main character's dad. He's always sleeping around. So there's always shots of him like in a bed, like waist up. He's not wearing anything, so he's fooling around. But yeah, he's always, every scene I saw him, he was naked. So.
All right, this next award that I'm gonna give, I'll catch some heat for it, but whatever. The most narratively unnecessary sequels, and that is a tie between the Free Season 2, Eternal Summer, I believe was the name of the sequel, and Chuchukoi Ren. Those are shows that obviously the intent is seen in why those series would get sequels more than anything else. Okay, so Min, your next award.
Okay, so my next award's another named award. It's the Daniel Pantaleo Award for Reasonable Use of Force in Law Enforcement. And this is given to the Public Safety Unit from Psycho Pass 2 for their performance in Episode 4, where they proceeded to gun down every single hostage as they were running out, screaming in fear from a hostage situation at a pharmacy
Mhm.
because the being held hostage had raised their stress levels so that they were now deemed potential criminals, latent criminals.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, this is it's about it's probably less reasonable than Daniel Pantaleo's performance itself. So yeah, I thought that was just a really, really unnecessarily violent use of force by the police there.
Yeah, I was like to say, they even brought out this like big mega cannon, and they're using that. I'm like, did they really need to bring that out there and just to
Mhm.
like snipe people? And they're like, oh wow, this works pretty good. And like, you just killed them or whatever.
I forget. They tried to use the excuse of the escapees possibly raising the local
The
area
area.
stress or something
Yeah.
like that. I feel like that's something the story would have done to like be like, oh yeah, that's why we killed them all. It was for a just cause.
So the correct answer is to make them combust.
Right.
I don't think it was
Spawn
combustion,
all
that was
on the
more like
street
spontaneous
and-
explosion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the animator's like, I don't want to draw people today. Let's just blow them all up. Okay, we'll do that. CGI that in. Everyone gets blown up.
It's just bloodstains too at the end, not even chunks of anything. Like what?
Yeah.
What does this gun even do?
Person to clean was like, God, really? Do all that? Overkill much. Jeez.
I just can't get this blood out. I need more. All right, Skyline.
All right, next up is the first annual They Aged Her, Now It's Ruined award. And that goes to Khan from Tokyo Ravens, who went from perfectly fine lowly character into an adult character towards the end of the show. Spoilers, by the way.
Wait, what ages are we talking about?
You know, that indeterminate lowly age at first, and then, not at the end.
So are we talking like 50, 20?
No, probably
around
like, yeah, 20 something, and I think her lolly age is probably around 10ish. I'm gonna guess. It's hard
Plus,
to tell because she's a fox girl.
give or take about a couple hundred years, she's a talisman after all.
Well, I mean, apparent age we're saying, but yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoyed her lolly form, especially from her introduction with the tail scene. That was rather amusing. And then, I mean, she kind of, I don't know, when she got older or whatever it was, it's just kind of like, oh, turns out she's this character that we've been gossiping about all this time, and she's now just kind of a boring fox guardian who just is loyal to her master. Good job. You ruined the lolly.
You ruined the lolly. Unforgivable.
Her boobs. Oh, it's in the world. Stop the presses.
Smiley, you're up next.
Okay, my next award is the I Can't Believe It's Not Butter award, and that goes to the Select Spread Weak Sauce trademark, of course, which of course I'm just making fun of Select Spread Weak Cross because its name is ridiculous. I mean, it just sounds like some sort of low-calorie spread or something, some sort of alternative spread.
Yeah, I posted at the what was my episode 12 review for the original series when they announced it. Someone on 4chan's A channel mocked up, some sort of thing on there.
Little tub of I can't believe it's not.
I had to put that in my post.
I just remember originally when it first came out, I was like, are they going to play? I thought it was lacrosse. Are they going to play lacrosse? Like, sounds pretty cool. Oh, wait, card games. Sweet. Maybe, yeah.
What's the significance of the use of the word spread in the title of the sequel?
I think it was like they wanted to spread that, like, I guess, despair of the game around the world.
Well, yeah, they got to the part of the story where they learned that, what's her face, the dead evil girl who was behind all of it was just trying to make people understand how much she suffered. And then in reality, she just wants friends. Oh no.
Oh.
Should have used Facebook or Twitter. She could have that way.
She's lost in a room with nothing.
Foss, you're up next.
All right, this word's kind of, I don't know, mecha word for me. I was like, WTF is just mecha word, and the last year had a lot of weird mech designs. We had Kinzen Robo Diamond Dollar, which had one of the dumbest looking robots I've ever seen. I could draw something better than that.
You're really unbalanced.
You forget about the
Right.
penguin robots that they had.
Yeah, the penguin
Which were
robots
even worse.
with crotch cannons. You know, they would
Okay.
fire out there. Next one would be Buddy Complex. The robots had to like merge into like, yeah, I guess jump in someone else's brain to use their abilities and their skills. I thought it was kind of interesting, but at the same time, very dumb, in my opinion. And M3's on this list. They had a mix of like sci-fi and supernatural, and in the end, you had these people that when you died, I guess they used your body as the AI of a machine. So they shoved your brain into this machine. You basically become the AI
It
of
wasn't your
a
brain, it was your
robot.
body.
Yeah, your brain, like this whole weird thing.
Your
Yeah,
metalized body or whatever it was.
yeah, it's very strange. Uh, Argivalon, which had kind of CGI. They're basic designs for mechs, but when you get to the main, the Argivalon, it doesn't look that great. When it moves around, it's awkward, I think. And the last would be Nobunaga the Fool, which again has more CGI, but this is weird because they have it's feudal Japan, but with giant robots. Somehow, I don't think that really worked very well. They could have easily removed the robots, but yeah. So those are the basic mechs that just had, again, just weird designs overall, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Dimey Dollar certainly the most unique in its weirdness from everything this season. The like that main robot with the very skin was like one arm was skinny and the other was like ridiculously big or something.
Yeah. One arm is super long, the other
Yeah.
one's like this little nub with the ball on the end of it. I'm like, you can't do anything with that. Like, okay, whatever. Oh, jeez.
All right, Smiley, can you do Overcooled's next award?
Sure. Overcool's next award is the Best Back Muscles Award, and that goes to Makoto from Free. I don't watch Free, but I've seen some pictures around, and I think I can attest to his back muscles. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I would say the character designer really did study a lot of the guys. Like, every guy's like ripped. I'm like, and these are just high school kids. Like,
Yeah, I
oh
know.
my god, they're like Olympic athlete bodies basically for these kids in high school. I'm like, okay, well, it means anime, and I was supposed to.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's only appropriate when they're shoving these over-the-top feminine bodies onto high school girls. I mean, why not?
That is true. That is true.
Par for the course.
Oh, right, definitely accurate.
All right, back to me with my next category, and it's similar in that we have a tie for the winners. The least animated anime, and this is a tie between Fun Ishin Dai Shogun and World Trigger. Getting to World Trigger first, when it was first coming out, I was just reading comments and stuff about it, saying how it wasn't really animated much. There was a lot of still shots, and I hadn't watched until like episode 5, and I turned it on, and the first thing, I mean, it's uncomfortable, like how long some of those shots stayed on scene. Like, there was one where it's like 10 seconds. Like, wow, really? You're not even trying, Toei. That's really bad. And then Fu Ishin Daishogun was one that also used CGI mecha, but was just very bad all around. And some of the GIFs that circulated during the airing of that show, showing the very horrible animation and lack of trying, was just hilarious.
Yeah, I dropped World Trigger way early. I agree on with you on some of the stuff, the still shots, and even the monster designs are like, I think they're half CGI. They kind of don't fit in well with the background sometimes. It's like, eh. I mean, Toei, I know they're not really, as held as having the best animation ever. I know even stuff we do with other shows they've ran, they're not very good. But yeah, they're a mess studio.
Okay, next, man again.
Okay, so another named award is the Chokar Tsarnaev Award for being just a misunderstood teenager. Goes to 9 and 12 from Terror in Resonance for their roles as terrorists in Tokyo, who, well, their goal ultimately, spoilers, turned out to be to reveal this experiment, whatever, that was done to them as children, and they decided to accomplish this by, well, terrorizing Tokyo, and in the end, knocking out electricity in, I think, all of Japan. So Yeah, I think that's kind of a little bit of an over-the-top, um, I don't know, way of achieving this goal, and the show kind of made them out to be good guys. So yeah, that's I gotta give it to them.
Yeah, I would say though in that terrorist, like in quotations, sort of terrorist, in my opinion, they didn't really do a whole lot. As far as I mean, they threatened people and did things, but in the end, every bomb was taken out. So it's like, eh, like you said, they're just kind of mad that, oh, this is what happened to us, and they took it on
Hmm.
everyone else.
Best part is when they're trying not to have bombs blow up.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
the
like,
show
Oh.
made a point that that they're trying not to kill people, and
Hmm.
they work very hard to do that. Of course, at the end, when you knock out electricity all of a sudden like that, you are gonna kill people inadvertently. So
think of the
True.
hospitals. Think of the
yeah,
everything that relies on power, which is
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of things.
All of
Think of
the
all the Think of
yeah,
all the aircraft in the air at the moment. Did they even mention
yeah.
that? I forget if they
I
did.
don't think so. Or even the not just the aircraft, but even like cars, right?
Yeah,
The traffic
yeah,
lights.
yeah. They're all screwed immediately.
And everyone playing MMOs are like, damn, I can't log in.
Yeah.
That might
Mhm.
save some lives.
They could have got sort of online with that. Damn, it
Ooh.
would have worked. Oh well.
All right, we go back to Skyline for the lowly list.
All right. And this is another first annual award, the first annual Lowly Defender Consolation Prize. This is a shared award that goes out to Enju, Tina, Kohina, Midori, Yuzuki, Kaio, etc., from Black Bullet. And Black Bullet, that's all you're going to get from me from now on.
Well, the ones that are kind of still alive. I
Yeah.
don't want to be a downer, but
Yeah, don't be a downer. Don't be a
Did
downer.
you include any of the lollies in that class?
Mm-hmm.
That was, okay, all right. Yeah. They had the little time and then.
They did. They did. Those glorious little plot devices.
Oh.
All right, Smiley.
Okay, my next award is the Wicked Witch of the West Award, and that goes to all the magicians in Brynhildr and their darkness, otherwise known as Koku Koku no Brynhildr. And that's because they melt in very gory fashion. Like I did not need to see that. Now I've seen it. What's wrong with my life?
I would say the best comedic deaths ever. Every time
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my god, it's
Funny, the
hilarious.
first time I saw it, I was actually disturbed.
it was so absurd. It was just so different. And, actually seeing some of the Blu-ray stuff from it made it even more absurd.
And if I was like, if you take the clips and you reverse it, it's even weirder.
No!
Really are
Why would you do that?
mo blobs. Really are mo blobs over there.
Boy blobs.
It is melt,
Oh.
turn solid, like yes. Good times.
That's kind of like what happens if you're a verse Rambo. It's a story about a wizard that saves people from bullets with a knife.
Exactly. That's pretty good. I like that.
Hmm.
All right, Fosh, your next award.
Well, yeah, my next award is the Unique Cast of Characters Award. That goes to the entire cast of Zvezda. It has such a lively cast of characters. Even like the villains that are supposedly the bad guys are, even they're likable. And the outfits they wear when they transform, I guess you could say they transform. They kind of help Kate get dressed. It's pretty funny. She's not really a magical girl. I thought she was, but yeah, all the characters in that show just have these over the top personalities, especially when they're in like their other form and their main forms. They're just very fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'll read Overcooled's next Nice Body Award, which is the best biceps, which goes to Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm sure in a close second was everybody else from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah.
Except for Ray
muscles.
Kugamiya's character. Except for Ray character.
I think
What
that's
was
the
it?
only show that can give free a run for its money, and it's
Right.
best.
I was like, what about the dog? Is he gonna have biceps too? Probably. Probably.
It had a smoking orangutan, was it?
Right? Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That what the stand was the ship. I can't.
Yeah,
Yep.
the ship was
Mhm.
the stand.
Wow.
And also, they couldn't show Jotaro smoking, but they could show the orangutan.
Yeah. Silly Japan.
All right, so my next category is for the least sporty sports anime. Now, sports anime had a pretty good showing this year, I thought. There were some pretty entertaining shows. Baby Steps was good. Haikyuu was pretty good. And there's some others mixed in there, like Ace of the Diamond was airing too, I believe, this year. But of the best is the one that was the least sports-centric, and that is Ping Pong the Animation. Now, there was ping pong playing going on, but of course, throughout the entire course of the series, it's much more about these characters growing and sort of getting out of the neuroses or the situations that they're in. And I thought that Ping Pong was one of my most favorite anime of 2014, and it was a sports show that was not about sports, other than the fact that you would see him play from time to time, which was pretty entertaining with Masaki Yuasa's style of animation being brought to that series.
Yeah, I heard about that series. I didn't really check it out because animation kind of turned me away from it. But I do hear a lot of people when they talk about it, they say, like you just said, it's not really a sports show. It's more about the characters going through life experiences and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that might make me change my mind. I might check it out.
All right, Min, you're up next.
All right. So next award is the Gen Urobuchi Award for Worst World Building. It goes to Aldnoah Zero for its depiction of Martian culture based on less than 50 years of separation from Earth. So Aldnoah Zero is a story about war between Earth and Mars, and it starts off with the premise that I believe like Apollo 17 or something, they discovered some thing on the moon which sent them to people to Mars, and then they colonized Mars, and now it's present time, like 2015. So less than 50 years have passed pretty much, and since they started colonizing it, and already at this point Mars has this really developed hierarchical system of social system and some sort of culture, and they look down on Earthlings as lesser beings and so forth. It's to me, it's just mind-boggling that you can, like, develop this sort of mentality within less than a generation. Really, you know, everyone there, their parents were Earthlings. Most of them were probably born on Earth, and yet there's already this sort of xenophobia on the level of something like, say, a British man looking down on colonialists, or I guess in this case it's a reverse, but. Yeah, it just did not make any sense to me, and yeah, that's why the award goes to Aldnoah Zero.
I wonder if the process of coming up with the script for that show was they wanted to do alternate reality, but then as they were coming up with this theme about Mars and stuff, that they didn't go. They should have went further into the future than 2015. Like it should have been like 2055 or something.
Yeah, they wanted to probably keep it a little bit more topical, you know, like, oh, wow, look, it's taking place right now, but in an alternate universe. But, you know, once you take the brakes off and put it in an alternate universe, why bother about the calendar?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, tell the story you need to tell. Don't be hidebound.
Space voodoo.
Space voodoo.
Now they got technology and stuff. And robots. Yeah, I was going to say, where did they get the giant robots from? Oh, that's right, they found it.
Right. There's a lot of technology there that's clearly not, and not just the magical, what Aldnoah technology, but like human technology that's clearly not here in 2050.
Yeah, I think I have a giant robot I drive to work every day, so.
All right, Skyline, back to the lowly list.
All right, we have the Cream in My Coffee Award. That goes to Chino from Is This Order a Rabbit? No, I'm not going to bother to pronounce a Japanese title. Not when there's a perfectly serviceable English title right there in front of us. Also, she gets points for being one of the best baristas out there. You know, doing that wonderful vacuum siphon coffee that I love so much.
Yeah, that shows like a lot of the food details. Like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Don't watch when you're hungry or wanting coffee either.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
We got more food shows coming up too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes, we do.
Winter and spring, right? Spring as well. So, yeah, Food Wars. That'll be good.
Which everyone hates that name. Food Wars. Like that, like a cooking thing. I don't know. It's weird.
You could put that coffee in the award for show that made me want to drink the most.
Right.
But not drink that way. Put a little.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine would be sort of online. Every time I watch an episode, I gotta drink. Yeah.
All right, back to Smiley.
Okay. My next award is the Best Diary Award, and that goes to Kari of Ishukan Friends, or 1 Week Friends, because basically she's got her whole life in that diary.
Aww.
Then it gets lost, and then it gets rained upon or something, and then it gets all dirty. Then he finds it again, and then it's okay, because her memory's back every time she reads it, I guess.
Aww.
Doesn't keep backups.
No, I guess not. I mean, you'd think that she'd be more careful with her diary.
We need
But
that.
no, just put it all in one book, and then and then some days she forgets to even read it because the sign that reminds her to read it falls off the door, and then it's like, come on, you gotta be a little more careful about these things. It's your life.
Get
Save
her,
it to a hard drive.
get her
There's
a
a
tablet
consolation
and set her up with Google Drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Fosh.
Yep, my next one's oh my god, it's so cute award, and I picked Sakura Chio from Gekkan Shoujo. Just whenever you see her on screen, just I don't know, she's always doing something that made me laugh, made me smile, because I guess her expressions and stuff, and I guess added with the voice. And I think she's a fairly new voice actress, but she did a pretty good job just making that character very lively, and I don't know, I thought she was just a cute character all around. Really enjoyed watching her every time the episodes would air. So.
Those Paris memes too. They're great.
Yeah, that's true. That caught on pretty fast.
Yeah,
The
it
surprise
fits
element.
though. There's a Crunchyroll article on what was it? It was like the 10 prettiest or something along those lines characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sakura was on that list, or Sakura Chio was on the list. And instead of an image of her, they put an image of Paris, and it was, I don't know, I got a kick out of that. Like that was
Right,
the actual thing.
It's always funny seeing how fast artists jump on a character and they start doing that, and how something small like that explodes and it's everywhere. Just like lately the sweater thing's been everywhere. That sweater.
That sweater, I mean,
So,
I enjoy a good sweater, but I don't see what's like. It's sure it's got the cutout. Okay, that's
right. Yeah.
but that doesn't do it for me. Okay,
Right.
it just looks
Yeah.
weird.
But yeah, she was a cute character. Really.
Yeah.
I hope we get another season and see more of her again. But yeah, that was my.
I hope something actually happens because I feel so bad for her after the first season.
Right.
All right, Skyline, could you read Overcooled's next award?
Yes, the quickest transformation from weak mode to beast mode award. And that is, let me see if I can get this right. Hinki from Parasite. I didn't get that right at all, did I?
No, you didn't.
That's pretty close.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
You got it.
Hard to do Aya Hirana.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Channel your inner parasite. Come on, you can do it.
I'll say I'll agree on that word. Yeah, it was a pretty quick transformation. I would even throw maybe Gone from Hunter x Hunter in there as someone who went from that to beast mode real fast. But strangely, yeah, it was like everything in the opening kind of shows you that eventually he's gonna become this badass character. But I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting maybe like around episode, 21 maybe when he changes. But yeah,
I expected it to happen more gradually, like over several episodes, not over like one episode's over, next episode he's suddenly beast mode,
Yeah.
with cool hair, almost like it's almost like Aizen from from Bleach. Is just like,
Yeah.
oh no, he's pulled his hair out, now he's badass.
Yeah, and takes his glasses off and flicks his hair back, and he's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they also
Well, you
noticed
know-
that he actually Suinchi actually gets taller. So we actually did like a little, I guess, look at his old form and his other form. I guess he grew a couple inches taller. That's the Parasite
Yeah, I thought
version.
that-
So.
I felt that took a little bit away from the whole thing. It's like, are you still Shinichi? Well, he looks completely different.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
But that's. I mean, I guess they wanted to show the change to us a little more obviously or something.
mhm.
Fosh, you mentioned Gon earlier, and that leads into my next award, which is the most adorable psychopath, which is Gon from Hunter x Hunter. Which, you watch the show and you see Gon, and he's such a lovable kid. He's so cute with how enthusiastic he is, and also you see how skilled he is and how talented he is at the art of hunting. And then we get to the Chimera Ant arc, and he's trying to save Kite, and dude he goes completely like demented, crazy, psychopathic, and then of course it leads into the big thing with the battle as we see Gon suddenly age and just flat out murder Pito. It was just crazy.
Yeah, even before that, he was, in the room with her, and she was healing someone, and he told her point blank, the minute this is over, I'm gonna kill you. And it's like, and like you said before, in the beginning, he's this lovable kid, and now he's in, this other mode where he's, like you said, out for revenge, doesn't care.
And to strike such fear into somebody who I think many would recognize that Pito was superior to Gon in strength. Like, Gon would not have won a battle if not for the sudden aging element of it.
Right, yeah.
So it just shows how crazy he was in that arc.
And that intense death stare. They had him animated, he just would sit there. Yeah, his eyes were like cold, and like there was no.
Doing like this, like.
Yeah, and no life to his eyes whatsoever. So that even made it worse. But yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, Min, your next award.
All right, so next award is the Strike Witches Award for biggest jump up in quality for a sequel. This is in honor of the Strike Witches series, which has improved with every iteration from 1 to 2 and then to the movie. And this is a tie. Goes to Space Dandy 2 and Magical Girl Madoka Magica Rebellion Story, which technically came out last year, but it was really widely available to us in the West this year, in 14. So, yeah, Space Dandy 2, I thought, was... Well, Space Dandy 1 was not a bad show by any means, but I found it kind of uninspiring, not very interesting. It had some fun episodes here and I found in the second season it decided to be a lot more, I don't know, bold with its just each episode being directed by a different director kind of thing. It had a really fantastic, beautiful Masaki Yuasa episode. It also had a musical episode.
And
High school musical episode.
Right, yeah.
It's an important difference.
and those were not like one-off events either. There were a lot of just really gorgeous episodes, and I thought by the end it really even the story kind of went in a pretty interesting direction, tying up tying up the show of why each episode is so different from every other episode. So yeah, like Space Dandy 2 was legit one of my favorite shows all year, definitely like top 5, and Space Dandy 1 was not that great, so big step up. And the other one goes to, of course, the Madoka movie, which I thought the series was fun, but again, not that great in my opinion. But then I thought the movie just fixed everything about the series and gave it just like a perfect ending. I don't want to spoil people, so I'll just say that.
Yeah, I'd say the bump up in animation for movie quality of Madoka was pretty good. A lot of new scenes. So it's always fun seeing the movie version, what they can do, throw in the extra scene here and there. Always nice.
Yeah, it had a pretty cool gunfight scene. Gun kata.
Oh yeah.
I just always love the Holy Quintet transformation scene. Just to watch that numerous times.
Yeah, the breakdancing Sayaka.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
All right, back to the lowly list with Skyline.
Yes, this one is probably going to be mildly controversial to some people, and I'm sure there's going to be much discussion afterwards, vis-a-vis, gender race, different sort of things like that. But this is the most deserving of nipples prize, and that would be Echo from Seikoku no Dragonar. In the original television release, no females had nipples. You didn't even see anything. And then you had slightly later, you had the uncensored release where every single female but Echo got nipples. She was completely Barbie dolled. And then finally, we get the BDs, and she gets her nipples back. So, congratulations. Even the call, we could do that clap for Echo, can't we?
We got the applause sound effects somewhere. If I can pull them.
We do have there we go.
Justice has been done. Blue BD Master Race.
For America. I mean, what? I would even throw in maybe No Game No Life when they, I sort of actually wished we would not have it.
There we go. Perfect.
But yeah, good job. That was good one.
Yeah, good timing.
I was thinking actually, every time that happens, I always, where they're missing their nipples. I always think back to, I think it's from Nietzsche Bros. That one segment in Nietzsche Bros. We're talking about shaving their chest.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think to myself, those girls must have an accident with the razor or something. Youch!
Yeah, it could have very much.
But it's okay, because as long as they get them back.
Yeah, thank you, Blu-rays. Thank you.
That's a show I wish would come back.
Yeah.
Rose, that was so good.
Yeah.
Very funny, very funny. We go to Smiley now.
Yes. My next award is the Best Gao Award. I didn't quite do it in the spirit of the actual phrase itself, but that goes to. It's hard to do it, but that one goes to. That one goes to Gaorare, otherwise known as Kanojo ga Flag or blah 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 blah, long Japanese name, which I think is
or something.
localized as what if her flag is toppled or something similar.
Also known as Highway and Fashizzle's Bane.
Yeah. Also known as Flag Crusher. There we go. That's a good name.
Flag Crusher.
But yeah, I think it was every single preview for the next episode. They had a little thing where they went go or something.
They
did.
I thought it was really cute as well.
Yep, that's one that's all the preview was just them doing that the entire time.
Yeah.
I was like, well, every character got their chance to do it too, I think.
Probably the best part.
Even the main guy, even he did it a few times. But yeah.
Everyone's got
So
a
I
little.
think the Gao catchphrase, it obviously comes from the Gaorare, but also there was a key anime where one of the characters kept saying Gao. I think it was Air.
It might have been Air. I mean,
yeah, it was either Air or Canon, one of those moe blobs.
I know they have one of the girls is like Aru, whatever, or Aru,
Oh yeah.
Joyce or something. Yeah. So, thanks Key for doing that.
That's kind of Key's trademark.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Fox.
Yeah, the next one's the series award, and it's just for a show that was just I felt honestly didn't need to be created at all, but people liked it. But yeah, I went with Hamatora both seasons. Season 1 was a studio did it. I forget which one did that one. But when season 2 comes out, they had to give it to a whole new studio because they couldn't do it themselves. So, and that didn't even really improve anything at all. It was still the same garbage series that it was in the beginning. And yeah, I didn't pick any other shows besides that. And I watched both seasons, so I don't know. I don't know what happened with that.
It's one of those shows where you get the feeling that they were trying hard, but what were they trying hard to do?
Right, and the characters would die, but they wouldn't die. They come back. They kind of stayed dead, but wouldn't stay dead. And yeah, I just thought it was just a very messy series.
Were the people that die killed?
Not really. They weren't.
Of course, they didn't die because people die when they're killed.
Right.
No, you don't. No, that's not true.
You haven't watched enough anime.
A body.
Sorry.
Okay, Overcooled's last award, Fosh. Can you read that one?
Yep. Her award is probably can't do one push-up award. and that goes to Sora and Shiro from No Game No Life. And yeah, I kind of agree. In a battle of like physical strength, they would lose in a heartbeat. But mental, yeah, they're pretty strong up there. But yeah, I don't think they can do a push-up.
Hmm.
Or I don't think they've even seen like I don't think they can do a sit-up or any kind of physical activity. You know,
They did pretty well endurance-wise in the game with the
with
the
guns.
yeah, the one with the animal girls, or was it
Yeah, that's true.
the fox girls, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had
Like
to
they were
run.
running around for quite a bit.
That's true,
Yeah.
but that was a video game.
That was a
But
VR game.
That's true.
Yeah,
But they still got tired, so you gotta think like, how did they implement the stamina in that game? Did they standardize it, or was it actually per person, like their physical abilities? I don't know. We didn't really, it's not important. I just thought that was an interesting point.
yeah, probably fairy mode only. Like, they get to
well, I'm sure they have a lot of stamina because they're used to staying awake and
Playing
clicking those
games,
buttons.
yeah.
Press,
Well, it's not the same as running around.
No. But they could stay awake for a long time, I'm sure.
I wonder if
That's
they can do.
true.
I wonder if they can do push-ups on their fingers because they've been clicking so much on their mouses. Amazing.
Yeah.
Then they would have to use their toes as well because she used her toes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
All right. My next award is the most American character name, and that goes to USA-kun, as I like to call him, from Bakura wa Mina Kawaii. So I had never seen any character named that way before, and when I first saw it, I read the manga before the anime had come out, just to kind of preview it, and I saw this, it was like USA-kun. Like I honestly didn't know how to read at the time, and it's like, what? USA? What? We need to get him a flag shirt or something, American flag shirt.
It's a real patriot.
Yeah. He's like a Harley Davidson, some hamburgers, everything that's American, on him. Just,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have like you can be friends with China Chan or Australian Kun, whoever.
He could be in that series, Hitalia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny. He walks in and they ask what his name is.
USA.
Okay, Min, your next award.
Alright, next is the Haruhi Suzumiya Award for biggest drop down in quality for a sequel. And that's in honor of Haruhi Suzumiya, whose season 2 was just terrible, and
Yeah.
also much worse than the excellent season 1. And this one goes to Psycho Pass 2, which should come to no surprise to anyone.
Yeah.
The first season of Psycho Pass was pretty good, and it ended very well. Didn't really need a sequel, but hey, I thought they might be able to do something, and they did, but it wasn't anything good.
Yeah, they just did something that was really it. Coming into the season, we had known about the studio change and the writer change. Like it already had that feeling of, oh, this is not going to be anywhere near as good. And I actually dropped it after episode 6, and I really liked the first season. I thought it was really good, but I'm kind of wondering now about my interest in the movie because I still like that first series, but that second one, not very good. In animation quality, too noticeably different, I think.
Right, yeah. I kind of agree that the second season was kind of just like tacked in. Like we gotta have an excuse for our movie, so let's throw this, even shorter too. So it's like only one real big case, not like they had the multi cases last time. But yeah, I
It's
can
all
agree.
money. It's all it is. It's
Yeah.
just money.
All Kirito. I will say it ended in such a way that the movie could be good.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Kirito, the bad guys, like he could have been interesting. He could have been better than Makishima. And at the beginning, I saw that potential, but when they reveal his backstory, the whole surgery crap, it's just terrible.
That when you find out who the real villain is, you're like, oh, okay, the big surprise there. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, back to Skyline with the loaded list.
It rages on. It rages on. The 11 out of 10 Would Play Games trophy is shared by both Shiro and Izuna from No Game No Life.
Nice.
Gotta be careful with Izuna though. She might play a little rough,
I see no
Sounds
problem.
like that's the way he likes it.
Yeah.
It's, keep on playing those cards. I'm in this game.
Touche.
Smiley.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go for this one. My next award, and this is something that we've actually briefly discussed on Skype previous. How Highway was debating, making a comment on this, but the award is the most polarizing award, and that goes to Glass Slip because opinions are, as you can see, opinions are very, very divided on this show. It certainly tried to do things, and I don't want to really say that it was the best show. Highway seems to think it's the best show since Sliced Bread or something.
I love that show.
I'm not saying it's a bad show, but I feel like people give it too much credit simply because well, I don't know. It's a little different from most other anime in that it kind of tries to weave this really intricate character-driven show, which it worked. I just don't think it was everything that everyone makes it out to be, like the bee's knees and everything like that. But there you go. See, polarizing. There we go. We could have a discussion on this for next hour or so. But that's what it's.
Yeah, I think their main problem is if they dropped the supernatural element in that show, it would have been better. I felt that they kind of shoved it in there just because they wanted to attempt to try something different, but they really didn't go off so well. I mean, Nagi Asakura had supernatural, but it wasn't. I don't think it was crucial to the story, but it was part of it. But yeah, Glass Slip, like you said, it's people like it, people hate it. It's divided. A lot of shows are like that. I like and people don't like. So.
But yeah, it does seem like the show that I think Smiley, you're right on target with that. Actually, before we continue on, I just want to say we've been going on for about an hour, and I don't know how many viewers are out there watching, maybe a few or whatever, but you got an idea of what we've been doing for the past hour. If you write any of your own awards in the comments, similar to what we've been doing, possibly we can read them on air before we sign off here. But we'll continue on with Fosh's award.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with let's see, Make Love to My Ears award, which is basically OST and just soundtracks are just like really good. Even though most of these are kind of like currently are airing or still airing or haven't finished, but I went with Gun and Build Fight Try. They have pretty good OST during the battle moments. It's just songs that kick in that get you pumped up and get you excited for a battle that's gonna happen. Next one would be Parasite, which I've listened to OST like 10 times at least in the last week. It's just a lot of good songs, ranges from like classical opera songs to like dubstep and just really strange songs. Well, I think a lot of people don't really like the dubstep moments in that show, but I think it kind of fits for today's time and everything. And the last would be I'll Know Zero, which again is another soundtrack I've listened to quite a few times.
Great
And
soundtrack.
just like Build Fighters, there are certain songs that kick in. You're like, oh, I know when this happens in the show, something's gonna go down. So yeah, those three soundtracks there are easily my favorites of last year.
I say cry, or
Yeah,
whatever the actual lyrics are.
Yeah.
All right, and then I have my last award here, which is least deserving of Best Girl award, and that goes to Kosaki Onodera from Nisei Koi.
Uh-oh.
What does that even mean?
Shots fired.
He is a girl,
Exactly.
but
Oh no! First of all, every other girl in that show is ahead of Onodera.
so she's the worst girl. That's what you mean.
Yeah, but there's people that would, because she fits the mold so much in that series of what people look for in Best Girl, in a way, and how she's kind of like a bit of the center of the story, but she's awful. She's dull. She's boring, and definitely should be at the bottom of the list of all the girls in Nisei Koi.
Yeah, I've seen people put the glasses girl, even they like her more than any of the main characters. I'm like, she didn't even do anything. I'm like,
I
Well,
like
they
her.
don't. They like her paired with the other guy, right? I forgot his name already.
the
But
glass,
the guy, the
yeah,
jokester guy,
glass
yeah.
shoe,
Oh,
Mr.
like
Shoe.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, they're definitely a couple, for sure.
Right, yeah.
Especially get their own spin-off, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good. Or that could be.
Maybe
Better
Shaft will
than
save
Shaft.
anime. That's what the second season of the show is going to be. It's just about those two instead.
Or I
No,
wouldn't be
no,
surprised if
okay.
someone like saw like a background character and was like, oh my god, that background character, best girl.
I mean,
it looks
yeah,
like,
that sounds a lot more compelling than the actual Nisekoi.
no,
Yeah.
see, it looks like Shaft is just going to plow ahead into the chapters of mediocrity because the promo art for the second season has what's her face, the little sister, Onodera's little sister.
yeah, Haru Onodera.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
well, there's only one way this is going to go. It's going to go into the doldrums, basically.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I would say is it ain't no Monogatari harem. That's all I got to say.
Oh, boy.
All right, so that was my last award, I believe. Min, you have a couple more.
Yeah.
Go off your next. Let's just go ahead and have you wrap up yours.
Okay, sure. So the next award is the Evangelion Award for Best Remake, and that's in honor of the rebuild of Evangelion movies, which are fantastic remakes of the original series. And that goes to Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, which is technically a remake of the movie that was released, I believe, in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And this is by a completely different studio, and this is by UFO Table, that's been doing all the Type Moon stuff, including Fate Zero and Kara no Kyokai before it. And as somebody who's not a huge fan of Fate Stay Night, just doesn't find the story all that interesting or the characters. I love this show. I think it just has some really, really great action, great animation, great visual direction, great facial expressions by Rin, and just it makes up for what I feel is not a particularly interesting plot with just excellent visuals and direction.
Yeah, I see that a lot critiquing the show. People always say that the studio is doing a great job adapting. It's just the source material is holding them back, which is a bit unfortunate.
I think my favorite moment when that animation wise is when they're in the graveyard just destroying the place. Like they're just going nuts with that.
Mhm.
And that visually is just really amazing. Then you have Archer shooting his nuke missile thing and it just blows up the area. I'm like, wow, this animation's just amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, that show had many great moments, like Lancer's attack, which rewound time. I really like that sort of
Yeah.
Matrix effect there. Or when Shiro first takes out his swords
Oh yeah.
in battle against the teacher. That was really well done. So yeah, that's my penultimate award, and my final award is the Why Won't You Die Award, which goes to Princess of Salem from Aldnoah Zero, who in the first episode she appears to get killed and then it turns out that it was a double. And then later in the show, an episode ends with her getting strangled, and it appears that she dies because the ship that she was powering with her Aldnoah powers falls from the sky. And then in the next episode, within 2 minutes, she's revived by the main character who, performs CPR on her perfectly and all that. And that's I'm not a huge fan of like a character. It just feels cheap when a character gets killed like that and then they're just revived with like no fanfare. Like a death should be meaningful. Now, spoilers for the end of Aldnoah Zero. She seems to die at the end there, but who knows what's gonna happen at this point? I'm not trusting.
No, she's not dead. There's been very publicly released promo art of her in a wheelchair. So at least she's now crippled or maimed, whatever the politically correct term is nowadays. But
Right,
she's not dead. It's
Okay.
like
That would have been like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, fool me thrice.
No, they're gonna reveal every time it was a body double every time. She's fine. She's got multiple bodies, clones everywhere.
I know what it is. See, I figured it out now. See, she's Martian, and I see the connection now from between Alno Zero and Terra from Mars. See, the Martians, they're cockroaches. They never die. They can't kill them. Not even a nuke will kill them. They'll always just scurry on about and doing their business, ripping off heads, playing basketball with them or something. And yeah, so I fully expect the princess to be back.
So all the Martians on Alno Zero are actually the roaches wearing human,
Yes,
skins.
exactly. And that's why they never die.
Okay,
Except for when they do.
Makes sense. Yeah. I've seen fan art of them drawing the bugs from that show with wearing the princess outfit from Alno. I've seen some fan art.
Oh, okay. Do not want.
Just throwing that out there.
All right, let's have the rest of the lowly list, Skyline.
Wrap this up. Okay, best lowly appearing in 2 series. That goes to Ilya van Eisenbarn for both Prism Ilya and Unlimited Blade Works. It's really funny because I have no Fate experience at all. So going into it, my first experience with Ilya was from the Magical Girl show, where she's this cute, sweet little girl. And then you get this absolutely delicious psychopath in Unlimited Blade Works. So it's just that's a wonderful juxtaposition about what a universe can do to a character.
Imagine if you flipped both characters in each show.
Wow.
The psycho in that magical one would be pretty funny.
Exactly.
And the hyper one in the other one, like, Oni-chan, like, oh my god.
I've got a friend who actually, his introduction to the Nasuverse was Carnival Phantasm. And then he started watching Fate Zero, and he's like, "What is this? I thought this stuff was supposed to be hilarious." That was a perfect facepalm moment.
Yeah, you should show him, Kara no Kyokai after that.
We've been watching that. We were watching that at another friend's place. Unfortunately, those showings have kind of stopped. But yeah, I think he kind of understands now the darker extent of the Nasuverse.
You should have said Fate Zero's hilarious. Why aren't you getting it?
You're missing the jokes. They're deeper than...
Pulling the blades out of himself. That's the best joke ever. I mean,
just burst out laughing at the most
commentary on
moments possible.
Yeah.
All right. The most easily identifiable lowly gold star sticker set.
Wow.
Goes to Mashiro Mitsumine from Engaged to the Identified, because I'm not going to try to say that name. And she probably divided a lot of fandom because a lot of people found her incredibly annoying, and a lot of people absolutely adored her. So, this is the way those things work out.
All I can say is that dance.
Yeah.
I hate Sundays as much as she does.
All right, and the best Kiss of the Year award, of course, has to go to both Kuro and Miyu from Prism Ilya.
Oh my god, yeah, that was like one of the moments I was like, holy crap, they're going all the way with this, aren't they?
Yeah,
And
TV.
They just justify it. Oh, it's mana transfer. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It was in the manga. It was somewhat reserved. In the anime, they went screw reserved.
Yeah, remember the OVA that came out, like a special that Kuro got sick, sort of. That's what the other girl thought, and it's because she had no mana, so Ilya's trying to break in the room and kiss her, and eventually she gets in there, and the other sister's just like staring at him, like, okay, and walks out like it's very awkward.
All right. The best legal lowly and most confident ninja prize is probably tied between Akatsuki from Log Horizon and Levi from Trinity 7.
Right, yeah, that's true. I thought you meant, yeah, it's true. It's like, Akatsuki, she's a college girl, but yeah, in game, she's a...
Is Levy really a lolly, though?
Enough.
She's got a small stature, but she's not... Okay. I see your standards are quite lax.
No, they can... They're adaptable.
They're accommodating.
They're flexible.
Okay, all right.
This is the legal lowly category, by the way, so standards go up.
Well, I mean, do you count like vampires as legal lowly?
They have to be.
No.
By definition, over whatever the legal age is of any country.
Let's not go anywhere. Okay. And the list conquered seal for Kate Hoshimiya from Zvezda Plot. Tanks, cigarettes, governments, motorcycles. She conquers them all.
Yeah, I disagree. She couldn't conquer cigarettes.
She could not conquer cigarettes. For one of her biggest fans hasn't stopped smoking yet. And of course, we come down to the Best Lowly of the Year award, and it is a tie. It is a tie between Naru from Barakamon, personally one of my favorite characters this past summer, and of course, yay, Shinobu Oshino from Tsukimonogatari, which just came out this New Year's. Even though she was probably somewhat reserved in that.
She did tie down, Koyomi.
Mm-hmm.
Dominated him.
That's what she did. In that respect.
She got a little embarrassed too, certain things, and that was pretty good.
And a very good performance by the girl that voiced Naru in.
Yes. Absolutely fantastic.
Just a kid, too. It's impressive to think.
Yeah, I think her first role.
Same age as the character.
Mm-hmm.
And an honorable mention for the lowly list goes to I Want to Be a Twin Tails Tail Gear, because it can turn a person into a lowly.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, if you've got the yellow gear, I guess, apparently.
Yeah, you need the big boob.
Blasphemy!
All right, Smiley, by the way, I'm noticing the lamp in the background. It looks like a glass that has beer in it.
What? Where do you get that from?
Because I'm looking at it and I'm seeing like at the top, it's like a pole, and then it kind of kind of.
Oh, it's at the head of the beer.
Yeah, and and there's like a color that looks like beer.
Can I?
Can you
Close.
get us some?
You should go try.
It's kind of hard to maneuver. There we go. I got my beer. That worked pretty well, actually. Okay, it's not a beer.
But anyway, it is college, so I mean it's within reason that something like that. Find it on some weird website or something. Like a beer lamp. But anyway, your awards.
Yes. So my remaining awards, I've got the Best Space Dandy Award, and that goes to Space Dandy of Space Dandy, to be redundant, because he's the best Space Dandy. Everyone knows that.
Emo Dandy was.
Well,
I want his spin-off series. That's the one his spin-off series.
He's a close second. He's pretty good.
Imagine film episodes with him. Yes, I want that. Every episode.
Do a spin-off or something. My next award is the Best Funeral Award, and that goes to Hitsuki no Chaika Avenging Battle, because any funeral is a blast when you literally blast your father.
I love that right before she shoots him, I give father funeral.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Yeah.
All the build-up for that moment, just nailed it right there, with the broken language too.
Yeah, it's like one of those because Attack Sky like an action hero moment when he can say this one big quote. That's like the badass quote. Should have been like "Rest in peace" and then pull the trigger. That's just should have done.
Rip in peace.
No, not so much. I thought that was a great one-liner that actually made sense with the character. So she kind of transcended that action hero Arnold Schwarzenegger garbage.
Or pieces
Yeah.
he rest. Yeah.
I think that was the fulfillment of her goal. That was
Exactly.
the culmination of her journey. I think that was the best thing she could have said in that moment. Right. Moving on, my next award is the Best Onisama Award, and that goes to Miyuki of Mahoka, Coco, whatever, that show with Jesus Kirito. He's not Kirito, it's Tatsuya. But yeah, because Miyuki is always Onisama, and she just can't shut up about the guy. Like, come on!
I think there's
I
a
know
video.
he's Jesus, but shut up!
There's a video of someone doing actually every count every time she says it.
Holy crap.
I think it's like 130 something times.
Like a super fan.
Yeah, like every time she says it.
That's
Over
she
100,
really-
That's something you would stick after the everything wrong with this anime from like CinemaSins. They would have to get a sin for each and every Onisama.
I feel like I think I read somewhere that there was also a poll for like the most immediately annoying character, and I think she came up pretty close, if not on top, because my gosh, was she annoying. Anyway, my next award is the Talk Nerdy to Me award, and that goes to Jibril of No Game No Life, because oh man, Jibril really likes to talk nerdy. She even drools over nerdy stuff. But anyway.
Loved her.
My next award, we're just flying through these now, is the Nice Tits Award, which goes to Amane of Fruit of the Loom, the animation, trademark, of course. We're going to get a copyright strike or something from that now. But yeah, Usaya, because she's got nice tits, apparently.
Yeah, we never Master Race, man.
But, and Michael Jordan never appeared in the episode, so can't be copyright strike, so he owns that label, whatever.
And in the Blu-ray, you do get to see those nice tits.
Oh, okay.
And nipples included.
I might.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. It's not worth it.
And I'm reading the visual novel now. You see those like immediately, like after you get in. It's like it's the first piece of nudity in the visual novel.
Are they gonna uncensor the cannibal stuff too?
What?
So they're gonna uncensor all the cannibal stuff too?
I hope so. I mean, I'm not gonna watch it because that shit is.
It's overall pretty impressive how that series is taken off so quickly. Like, there's already 2 sequels that we know that are coming out eventually, and then on Kickstarter there was funding for English translated version of the visual novels, and that met its goal pretty quickly.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's definitely a huge fan base standing behind the visual novels.
Sorry, I'm reading the visual novel right now, and I can see why, because it's really good. And I'm just shocked how bad the anime is. Like how they, well, the problem I guess is that the main route of any of the girls seems to be pretty bad. It's like the common route where nothing like really important is happening. That's like really good and really good writing, really fun. So
it's overall I would not recommend that show to anyone. I don't know how it's got a second season. It's probably just riding on the coattails of the popularity of the visual novels, which everyone wants to see the characters animated even more.
It wins the M. Night Shyamalan for not understanding the source material award.
Yeah, I guess so.
From Avatar the cartoon to The Last Airbender the film.
That film does not exist apparently. So.
Yeah, sure.
Moving on. It was more like a bald white kid in a musical movie. Anyway, my next award is the Best AV Star Award, and that goes to Adachi Eiko Adachi of Amaburi, because, it's self-explanatory. She's really the only AV star we've seen in anime, in recent times at least, that I'm aware of. So there you go. Look her up online. You might find her.
That's what I'm doing right now. I don't remember this character's name. I'm curious.
Okay. My next award is the Best Arimasen Award, and that goes to Lilith Sensei of Trinity 7, because every time she says that, she just kind of nails the delivery. Although I do feel like her kind of protests start sounding a bit repetitive. It's almost like they had a soundboard set up and they recorded her saying Arimasen or Aratakun once, and then they just replayed it over and over again for each time she had to say it. I don't know. But either way, her voice was still pretty good in that show. So props to the voice actress. And my final award, which I guess we've kind of briefly talked about before, is the Worst Terrorists Award. And that goes to Sphinx of Terror and Resonance, Sankey Terror, because whenever you have terrorists trying to defuse bombs, they're not doing it right. They're just not. No. I understand you have a message, but you're not a terrorist. So that's my last award.
All right, we go to Fosh for the rest of your awards.
Yep, these are the last 2 ones I'm doing. Greatest Hanazawa Kana role, a mega move from Kanojo no Ga Flag. And that one, she's technically playing a boy. Maybe not really, maybe it's a girl, but they don't really say. But yeah, Mega Moves is I guess reverse trap that wants to be a guy, wants to have the man experience with the main guy. And yeah, it doesn't really come off that way. He's very girly. I also thought I forgot to label her down earlier. Some from Buried Treasure. There's Daru. Same kind of situation. I think it's really a guy, but dressed as a maid. Yeah, it's very weird to seeing her voice boys this last year. That's a good trend. I wouldn't mind seeing other voice actors maybe do the reverse, where popular white guy voice actors voicing females would be funny. So maybe we see a
you'll be in
trend.
for a treat whenever Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches
Right, yeah.
airs, because that's what the
OVA.
entire thing's about.
Yeah, I saw the
Oh, yeah.
OVA. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah, the OVA was fantastic on that.
Brilliant.
With one of Metanor's probably favorite voice actors. I'm gonna mess up her name. But she was a Toko.
What?
She was Hatoko from
Hayama Sayori.
Yep. She does
sorry.
the male voice in that.
Yep.
Oh,
And my last
Ononoki.
one's best Yuki Kaji role would go for Rentaro from Black Bullet, because we always make jokes that every character he plays loses an arm, and this guy's no different. He actually puts his right arm into a cannon and shoots his arm off his bullet. And yeah, that for me was just very out there, and even for his, you have to almost wonder if he sees these characters he's going to be playing and reads the script, character
Oh, he
with
knows.
an arm.
He has to know.
Yeah, it's like makes you wonder, does he know he's being cast these characters that lose arms? Does he know this? So yeah. I'm surprised
There's
he's not
no
in
way
Parasite.
it's not on purpose. It has to
Right.
be.
I'm surprised he's not in Parasite as another guy who's got a right arm, Parasite arm. That'd be pretty good.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, that's all my awards.
All right, and with that is all the awards we have, and thus that has concluded the second annual Metacademy Awards for all of those out there that did watch. Thank you for doing so. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, we're planning to do a more legit award show honoring the very best of 2014 many categories.
I thought this was pretty legit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
There we go.
Anyway, so do look forward to the best of 2014 podcast in the next week or two. Anything you guys want to say before signing off?
Not really. Just
Skylines and Love.
looking forward to another year of new shows and everything. See what they do this year. They
Yeah.
can top
Yeah,
2014 or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
notice Fosh skipped past his I wish I had that harem award.
Oh yeah, the Trinity
Or I
7.
need that harem award for Trinity 7.
Language is important there.
True.
Need, okay.
It's pretty good series. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Harem was nice. I don't know if I would be too interested in that harem, to be honest, just because of the whole magical nonsense that you have to deal with.
I've gotten into debates about people with, do they prefer the Index harem or the Trinity 7? I'm like, Trinity 7 because they're more, they're active. The other girls really aren't really as active as the other ones, but yeah.
And there's an addendum to the People Die When They Are Killed award, and that goes to Frederica.
Oh yeah.
Chaika.
Who would never
And
die.
yep. And then you bring up Toru's harem, of course.
All right, so you mentioned about the new anime the next week, or actually it's Sunday here, so later this week, the winter season will be starting, so there will be a lot of new shows. I know I'm looking forward to Assassination Classroom, season 2 of All Noah Zero, Duber Raw is back. That one's very popular around Metanorm. So do look forward to a bunch of first impressions by all of these guys to my left there. So for Fosh, for Min, for Smiley, for Skyline, I'm Jero. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time on the Metaverse Podcast.
Bye.
Peace, peace.
See you later.
Love and a peace.